My name is Asina Posondigi, and today we are going to talk about delegation in our topic, in our subject, that's the principle of practice management. Today our topic is delegation. By the end of today's topic, the learner, you are supposed to, by the end of this topic, you should be able to define what's delegation. You are supposed to tell me or state the process of delegation. Then you will have to say what are the reasons that why managers delegate. Then you should also be able to say the advantages and the disadvantages of delegation. And what are the qualities that the person who is supposed to be delegated duty to, the qualities that person is supposed to be having. First and foremost, let us define what's delegation. Delegation is the assignment of certain responsibilities with the necessary authority by the superior to his or her subordinates. This is whereby the manager delegates some work to his or her subordinates to help him to carry out the tasks of the organization. In fact, every manager cannot be able to do all kinds of the job which is supposed to be done in a workplace. So they give some kind of a job to their subordinates in order to help them. Now we are going to look at the process of delegation. When you want to delegate, we have got the process of delegation. You cannot just give out work to go out and be done without knowing what are the processes of delegation. Before you delegate, you have to assign. There's assignment of duties to the subordinates. Then after you have assigned the duties and the assignment of the duties to the subordinate, you also transfer the authority. You cannot delegate some work to be done without transferring the authorities. Then the people who you have delegated this work to, they should be able to accept. They have to accept that, yes, I'm going to do this kind of a job. Then there's creation of responsibility. Once the manager has given out his work to be done, the people, the workers, the subordinate which he has given that work to, they should take responsibility of what they are going to, because they have been given the authority. Then they should also be given the creation of responsibility. If something goes well or something goes bad, they should be able to say the reason why those things they happen in such a way. Then when these managers, they are delegating this kind of job to their juniors, we find that there are so many obstacles. In fact, there are so many obstacles of delegation. One of them, and this one happens from the manager to the subordinates and from the subordinates to the manager. We find that when a manager, there are some managers who just they feel like they should not delegate because they fear competition. They fear that once the juniors, they get to know some skills on how to perform some kind of task, some kind of work, these juniors will be able to do better than them. So they fear the competition. Then there's a lack of ability to direct. Some managers, they don't have the skills how to direct some kind of job, how to be done. They don't know how to direct. So that thing also hinders them not to direct their part of job to the juniors. Then there is lack of confidence. When we talk about the lack of confidence, this one we mean that the managers, they feel that the work which they are giving out, the juniors, they are not going to do that job according to its standard. So they just fear that maybe they are going to mess up with the whole process, and that one will bring problems into the workplace. Then there's a desire to dominate subordinates. You know, there are some people, once they are the chairman or the CEOs in their company, they will never share their skills with the juniors. They just feel that they are the one who are better, they are the one who are the best. So they want to dominate. They don't want those superiors to know any information about the kind of job he or she is doing. Then from the subordinates to the managers, we hear that, okay, the manager can be willing to delegate the duties, but subordinates, they are not ready to be given that, to be delegated to, because there's a fear of criticism, there's a lack of information, they don't have enough information about what they are being delegated. Then there's lack of confidence, self-confidence. They don't they don't just believe in themselves. Then other thing, there's a fear of being exposed. Maybe you have been delegated some work to do, then you don't do that work according how it's supposed to be done. Now you just fear that, hey, they're going to talk about me like this, like this, like this. Now there's that kind of that kind of fear. Then we have the reasons why delegation is done. In fact, delegation is done with the managers because of this kind of reasons. When you delegate your work to your juniors, it is going to help the development of the team. When you delegate, it means that you are sharing the responsibility. Now the team is going to develop. Then another thing, it's going to increase your impact and confidence. When you delegate to your juniors, when they perform their duties, and they perform their duties well, now you are going to develop some confidence in your juniors that can do their work well. Then once you delegate, to the manager, it's going to boost your reputations as a leader. When you delegate your duties, the juniors are going to be happy because they feel that they have been recognized, that they are able to carry out some kind of task in organizations. So they're going to talk about you. Yeah? Now that one will boost your reputations. Another thing, it free you up to work on bigger things. There's some kind of job which is done by the manager, which in fact it could be done by his or her juniors. When you give them that the lesser job, then you concentrate your mind to do the bigger things in organization than dwelling doing some things which are not much important to an organization. So those things you are supposed to delegate them to the juniors. Then we have to look what are the principles of delegation. When you are delegating, what are the principles? Before you delegate, you have to know the knowledge of the authority. You have to know the unit of command. You have to know the purpose of delegation. Why are you delegating? Then another thing, you have to know accountability. The people you are delegating your work to be done, will they be accountable for the mistake which has been committed while they were carrying out their job? Then you should also understand about the reward for delegation. Once you have delegated, if those people have done their job well, in fact it is good you appreciate them. You reward them something small so that they feel that at least they feel happy that they have also been recognized. Then we have advantages and the disadvantages of delegation. One of the advantages is it empowers your team, it assists with the professional development, it builds trust, it helps one to identify who is best suited to tackle a certain task. And again, we have advantages of delegation. It gives you time to, that one we have looked about it. It gives you time and ability to focus on higher level tasks. It gives others the ability to develop new skills. It improves efficiency. There's an improvement in productivity and time management. Then it also develops trust between workers and improves communications in the workplace. Then we have got a disadvantage of delegations. One of the disadvantages of delegation is the effect of lack of commitment. Sometimes a manager can delegate his work to the juniors, then they become reluctant. They are not committed. Yeah? So you find that most of the work is not being done. By the time you think that they have done their job, you just find that they are needed to do their job. Then there's lack of knowledge of employee skills. When the employee, you can delegate work to a junior, but he does not have the knowledge to perform that work, and it is not telling you that he does not have that kind of knowledge. So whatever is done, it is not done to the end result is just embarrassing. Then there is possible miscommunication conflict. Some people, they just do work, they don't report. There's no communication, so you don't know what's going on. Then what are the factors which influence the degree of delegation? When you delegate, there are factors which influence the degree of delegation. One of them is the availability of a capable person, environmental factors, and available factors. Those are the factors which influence the degree of the degree of delegation. So, but we come to the end of our topic. We have defined what's the delegation. We have talked what are the process of delegation. We have talked about the advantage and the disadvantage of delegation. So I think you have understood our topic today. I'm going to give you assignment whereby by next time when you come to class, you should be able to say the reasons why the juniors fear to be delegated. I thank you so much and God bless you.